sandals nailed to the wall, boots filled up with slaw, and heaping bowls of leather by the sink.
Keep your eyes upon the moon and listen for our yak tune, for Sunday they'll be shaving at your sink. On Yak Yak Shaving Day, Yak Yak Shaving Day, we guarantee you won't believe your eyes. On Yak Yak Shaving Day, Yak Yak Shaving Day, when we leave our hair is some surprise. While you're sleeping like a log, we come by canoe.
Them horns and all, we slide right up your drain.
Yak Shaving Day begins when we rub our stubbly gins and take a razor to our knotted mane. On Yak Yak Shaving Day, Yak Yak Shaving Day, we guarantee you won't believe your eyes. On Yak Yak Shaving Day, Yak Yak Shaving Day, when we leave our hair is some surprise.
My fellow yaks, tonight is Yaxmasy.
I have got this done at Xmas.
Time to take to your canoes and let the shaving
on Yak Shaving Day. Yak Shaving Day. Yes, it's Yak Shaving Day. You down. That was the intro of I'm going to get his name right because it is awesome. This is David Shipley. I will link him later on down in, that's what I'm going to start doing now. Link him later on down in the description. Hilarious version of Yak Shaving Day along to a really, really metal song. This is a tie gifted to Fowl Original. Kin of Chinman from Kin. But yes, it's beautiful tie. And it's Christmas time here in Fowl Original land. Well, not just yet, but we're getting there. We're getting there. We're trying. Apologies for the lateness for me arrival today. Je m'excuse d'être en retard. Unfortunately, Entschuldigung, ich bin 30. I know how to say I'm sorry I'm late in many languages because I'm quite stupid. But today, the reason why I'm late is because I was shaving. That's why I put Yak Shaving Day on, because I'm a yak. I looked at my face beforehand. If you look at the weekly wrestling recap from yesterday, oh mess. Today, got work due out tomorrow night. It's all good. Fowl Originals News Round is brought to you by this little place. It is called, some of you new to the channel may not know it, it's called, see if you get stuck, fowloriginal.com. If you go to fowloriginal.com, you will see my big old bird face. See my big old bird face? You can go ahead, click support the channel. Click support the channel, take you to two options. There's a donate button and click on the Patreon. If you click the donate option, it will take you through to a PayPal donation page. I'm moving around the room. Get my water. If you get here, you can go ahead and say, give me $5 and say it with me, everyone. Make this a monthly donation to help support my content on the regs. Fowl Originals News Round, Fowl Original Wrestling, all the other bits and bobs of stuff that I do on the internet. If you make it a one-off, let me know who you are. I am your Yak Shavings. Thanks, Yak Shavings. You're the real MVP. It's not vodka, it's water. Now, we start today's news round with today, the 13th of December, 2018. Start doing that now as well. Make it like a podcast. Anyway, put this over here. Gotta be careful. Fowl Original Bureau, very delicate ecosystem. Anyway, if you're checking out for the first time, we talk about funny news and stuff like this. Now, today's funny news story seems quite like bad, really, doesn't it? But it's no. Let's take you to the story from bbc.co.uk. I read this story in the bus on the way to work today, because that's how Fowl Original rolls. On the bus, the wheels on the bus go round and round, round and round, round and round. The wheels on the bus go round and round every day I go to work. This is the story. As you can see, that's why I took that picture, because, oh my god, never a good excuse to take a picture of a man twiddling his moustache. Now, Londoners seize the opportunities to poke fun at stereotypes of life in Britain's capital. An appeal by the New York Times asking readers to share experiences of petty crime in London backfired when it was hijacked by sarcastic Brits. The esteemed US organ had said, I think it's organization, come on BBC, had said it wanted to hear about the Metropolitan Police response to minor property crimes such as burglary. Instead, it was deluged with thousands of comedy replies on Twitter, including complaints about accidental eye contact on the tube and badly made tea. It has yet to respond. The Times posted its earnest appeal for London-based tales of woe amid what it called a surge in violent crime in the capital, telling users it would select the best publication. Have you ever experienced a petty crime in London? Tell us. Your submission will be selected for publication. This is a bit cheeky, really. However, its social media feed saw a surge of a different kind. Here we go. Sitting on the London Underground, and a passenger met my eyes for more than a second. Then he smiled. Hashtag London has fallen. Tom Parker Bowles said, some fellow was standing on the left-hand side of the down escalators at Shepherd's Bush today. I tutted very loudly as I passed. Hashtag Mean Streets. Someone else said, a charlatan didn't have his Oyster card ready this morning before getting to the front of the underground queue. Audible tutting ensued. When visiting an acquaintance who lives in Shepherd's Bush, she offered to make me a cup of tea. I said yes, and she put the milk in first. And a scandalous tale from the Soho Theatre of two audience members who once tried to sit in the same seat and neither apologised. It was mayhem. We had to cancel the show. Matt Walsh said, my neighbours left their bins out for 2 days after they were emptied. The horror, the horror. The paper was seeking input for a piece by its London-based reporter, Kaylin Yeginsu, who said her apartment had been burgled. It is yet to be seen how many of the responses will make it into the final piece. Morpheus, Dan, Neo. Now let's take you to the next story of today. Oh, you should hang around today, Dan. You will see some fun things. I made some upgrades to the show. That's my one Matrix reference for the season. Our next story is Amazon using dummy packages to bait thieves. What? Oh, yes, there is things. There is more things. Take you to things. The show is falling apart. The show is falling apart, as usual. The wheel is spinning freely. Only a few people in the whole world would get that reference. Now, Amazon, from BBC News, Amazon uses dummy parcels to catch thieves. Amazon has teamed up with police in the US in an effort to stop thieves who steal parcels left outside homes. Officers in New Jersey are planting dummy boxes fitted with GPS trackers coupled with hidden doorbell cameras at homes around the city of Jersey. The homes selected for the experiment were chosen using the city's own crime statistics combined with mapping data of theft locations supplied by Amazon. One box was stolen 3 minutes after it was delivered. Amazon told the Associated Press, we appreciate the increased effort by local law enforcement to tackle package theft and remain committed to assisting however we can. The US Postal Service expects to deliver about 900 million packages in the run-up to Christmas. Last year, Amazon launched a service called Amazon Key that allowed homeowners with smart locks to let couriers open their doors via an app and leave parcels inside. While that may be a step too far for many, there are other ways to protect deliveries. Have them delivered to a workplace. This is what I love about the BBC. And this is where they then say, this is what you can do instead of getting your package handled by someone you didn't want to. Have them delivered to a workplace or a friend who is home during the day. Insist that deliveries must be signed for. Install cameras that will give police some video evidence. Use a service that provides a storage box drivers can unlock by entering a code on a keypad. Amazon also provides lockers for people to pick up parcels in locations such as shopping centres, convenience stores, airports, train stations, and universities. And I have to say one thing, yeah, as someone who spends a lot of money on the Amazons, I am very happy with my Amazon Prime subscription. No problems whatsoever. I was watching some stuff earlier on Amazon. I was watching Unsolved Mysteries on Amazon Prime. It's great. Yeah, like no doubt whatsoever. I get my packages handled directly to me. I get them delivered to work, or I get them delivered to like one of the Amazon lockers in the Morrisons knocking about. Like, I love it. I just go to Morrisons, I do my shopping, and I walk out with some sweet, sweet tech. That's what you do, yeah. Now, if they have to go to these lengths to do it, what I love is that this is basically like almost like a paid advertisement for Amazon saying, we have created a problem where we produce too many packages to people that aren't there because we just deliver. Yeah, they are got targeted delivery times. Like Amazon, of all the companies, if you want something to get something delivered at a specific time, more often than not, it will come at the time. I've had stuff delivered early, and I'm like, oh, well, yeah, it was delivered early, but it was delivered, luckily, like, to my workplace. So if you've got that option, get your stuff delivered to work. And also, it does show how ubiquitous Amazon is, where they literally are working with a law enforcement agency. But yes, 3 minutes after it was delivered. 3 minutes. And our last story for the evening. Last story is, let's do this one of these. Oh, it gets stuck. Get stuck, damn it. The Geminide meteor shower. Where to see it and when? Think I've figured out Fowl's voice. Like, I've been trying to figure this out for some time, yeah. I think I've hit my groove. Do sometime. Oh. Geminide meteor shower. Geminid meteor shower. Where, when, and how to see it. It's 3 hours ago. The Geminid meteor shower is considered to be one of the best displays in the night sky, and this year will peak during the early hours of a Friday. Long glowing arcs of white, yellow, blue, red, and green will streak across the northern hemisphere sky. You should be able to catch as many as 120 shooting stars an hour over the next night or two. Cheeky. Most meteor showers are caused by comets, huge clumps of ice, but the Geminids are different. Geminid meteors originate from a rocky asteroid known as 3200 Phaethon. Each year, the Earth passes through a trail of debris left by the asteroid as it orbits around the Sun. This is so sweet. When the debris hits our planet's atmosphere at speeds of up to 70 kilometers per second, they burn up, producing streaks of light. Streaks in the sky, known as meteors, can be caused by particles as small as a grain of sand. And there's Gemini, there's Orion's belt. If you trace the paths the meteors take, they seem to originate from the Gemini constellation. Bam. Around the world, the shower will peak on 13th of December or 14th of December, depending on your time zone. In the UK, the best time to see them will be between midnight and dawn on the 14th of September. You can start looking any time after sunset. The peaks will occur between 13th and 14th, between midnight and dawn. How many shooting stars will there be? So the shower will peak at around 2 a.m. In perfect conditions, you will be able to see up to 120 shooting stars an hour, but light pollution, weather, and other factors mean it'll be more like 50 an hour. Anywhere in the northern hemisphere is good, but the shower is visible from the southern hemisphere too. You want to find a big open space where you can see as much sky as possible. Check the weather, as clear, cloudless skies are the best. The best condition, you want to find a safe location away from street lights and other sources of light pollution, so I'm screwed. But how to watch it, you do not need any special equipment. Give your eyes plenty of time to adjust to see low light levels. The meteors can be seen in all parts of the sky, so you don't need to look in any particular direction, but wrap up warm for the December weather. So it's happening, people. It's happening, people. It's basically happening in about 4 hours from now. So I have got my Christmas due tomorrow, so I'm not staying up, fortunately. Even though I'd like to. I've seen many a meteor shower. I've seen them. It's fun. But if you've not seen a meteor shower, just check it out. Yeah, it's once in a lifetime kind of stuff. And that is all of our top stories for today. So, looking at our time, did it on time. I'm going to take you straight to today's episode of Metro Moments. Like this. Hello everyone and welcome to Metro Moments. I don't know why I've come in so camp. Hello everyone and welcome to Metro Moments here on Fowl Originals News Round. Streaming tonight live from the Twitch, Twitter, via Periscope, and the YouTubes. If you want to help support the channel and all the different things that I then do on said channel, you can do so by many different ways. Number one, you can do that by thumbs upping the video, subscribing if you're watching this on YouTube. If you're on Twitch, follow, auto-host me. If you're on Periscope, give me them hearts and get involved in the chat. But yes, you can also, of course, go to fowloriginal.com. If you go to fowloriginal.com, you will see my big old bird face. When you see my big old bird face, you can go ahead and click support the channel. When you click support the channel, it takes you to two options. You can click the donate button, or you can go to Patreon. If you click the donate button, it will take you through to a PayPal donation page. As it gets through, you can go ahead and say, give me $5, and say it with me, everyone. Make this a monthly donation to help support my content on the regs. It's Fowl Originals News Round, Fowl Original Wrestling, all the other bits and bobs I do on the internet. If you want to make it a one-off, let me know who you are. I am the one and only Dav Ross. Now that is a deep cut reference. If any of you get that here, then thank you. I guess some of you people will get that now, wouldn't you? Because Doctor Who reference, by the way. Anyway. Metro Moments is a segment of the show where I've got a copy of the Metro that I got from the bus. I'm going to read it to you, or bits of it anyway, because it's funny newspaper. For those of you that don't know, because it's around the world potentially, this is a free newspaper which is given away on the buses. But you have to buy a bus ticket to get it, so you know it does cost something. You get stupid kids who attack you, and you also get free newspapers. But today on Thursday, December 13th, we've got the page 3, oh cheeky, has got a Mary Poppins Returns, the sequel to the original Mary Poppins, well not the original but the remake, and it's going to make a lot of money. We've also got a lot about Theresa May. We've been talking about her this week and about Brexit. But yeah, it's 117, 117 against her voted. We talked about that at length yesterday. The EU also talking about not backing anything the UK want to put forward to them in a deal. Also, this story in Twitter time, we're going to have a bit of an update for it. But obviously, a manhunt for the gunman who killed 2 in Christmas market attack. There is new news in that, which is, as we will find out later on, no spoilers. We got a lot of this, which is, you know, Trump's ex-lawyer. But something that I highlighted, so must have been interesting. There we go. Work for Donald, memoirs would earn £40 million, says Piers. Piers Morgan reckons he's ready to leave Good Morning Britain to take on a new role working for Donald Trump. The presenter told his TV co-host yesterday that he is perfect for the job as the US President's Chief of Staff. But he did also point out, do 2 years and write a book for £40 million. I've thought it all through, my White House diaries. However, Susanna Reid said she felt insulted by his bid to quit the program and accused him of pretending to be ill so that he could go to Washington, D.C. next week for an interview. Morgan won The Celebrity Apprentice in 2008 and has previously said he considers Trump to be a good friend. There's a picture of them together. Look at them. Good friends. And of course, for those of you that don't know, Piers Morgan had the exclusive interview with Donald Trump when he came over here. We've worked together a long time. He listed 10 reasons on Mail Online why he should be handed the toughest job in world politics, which Reid began to read out to viewers. You need someone who will look you in the eye and tell you you're being an idiot, she said. And explaining how exactly he would tell him, Morgan said, Mr. President, your policy, for example, to remove children from parents at the border is idiotic, and you continue to do it, you're an idiot, don't do it. Charlotte Hawkins joked, he'd probably say, you're fired. Sorry. Another point read, you shouldn't send a single tweet without discussing it first with me. Morgan explained, he needs a calm pair of eyes. I'm the perfect person. Like him, I have a massive following. Like him, I can be impetuous. The White House has reportedly said it is aware of Mr. Morgan's interest in the job. I love that the White House are like, yeah, we know. got one. We got one in here. I don't want to. Now this is a story as well, which it's in brief from the Metro, but I kind of highlighted it because I'll read the story. A boy of 12 has written an emotional poem after bullies told him being ginger is worse than cancer. After Alfie Colliero wrote the poem after receiving anonymous messages telling him to kill himself. It was shared hundreds of times after Dad J35 posted the verses on Facebook. In it, Alfie of Eastbourne, East Sussex, asks the bullies, "Have you not got anything better to do?" and says, "They are so, so cruel." But he finishes by saying, and this is the bit like that just sold this whole deal to me, and this kid is going to be like, this kid's going to be some like, he's going to be like Mick Hucknall in the future or something. And I say that in the nicest way, like he's going to be a successful little dude. And he finishes by saying, "I'm not going to blend in when I was born to stand out." Like that's heartbreakingly beautiful and poetic. It is. It's a good poem. Good poem, dude. And we also got this story for those of you in the UK. Potential snowmageddon hits again. Snow is likely to fall this weekend, with temperatures set to plummet to below freezing across the UK. The Met Office forecasts between 4 and 8 inches of the white stuff across the Highlands and northern England, but we're uncertain about how far south flakes may fall. Initial warnings for affected areas are expected today ahead of a low-pressure system in the Atlantic clashing with cold air. A forecaster said central England and Wales could see nighttime temperatures plummet to -7 degrees. Now, for those of you in the UK, this is very, very scary news, but it's not. It's expected. But already, like, at least we got to like the 13th. We got into like December before it started going crazy. But I remember when it went like real snowmageddon. That was not fun. Not fun. And unfortunately, my highlighter was a bit screwed up today. So when I was going through here, I didn't really get a chance to properly like highlight everything. Got the chicken curry story, but I think that's a little bit after that story. We can't really. We got cliffhanger. This story about EastEnders set costing £86 million. A revamp of the EastEnders set could cost £27 million more than planned. The warning has sparked fears from MPs that TV licence fee payers are not getting value for money from the BBC. Reconstruction of Albert Square and the Queen Vic pub will cost £86 million. And will not be completed until 2023, 2.5 years later than planned. The E20 project was commissioned to cut production costs by £500,000 a year and allow the show to be filmed in high def. In 2015, the rebuild, using real brickwork rather than facades, was estimated to cost £59 million. And the project was to be completed by August this year. Lack of expertise, over-optimism regarding costs and delays in construction have led to a 45% budget increase, according to the National Audit Office. It also cited health and safety delays, such as dealing with asbestos, but concluded that the benefits of a revamp remain broadly. You get the asbestos out of it. MP Meg Hillier, chairman of the Commons Public Accounts Committee, said, "It is critical that every pound of licence fee payers' money is spent effectively. It is concerning that the BBC has been unable to keep to budget and time." Like, oh my God, EastEnders. A BBC spokesman said the set, and this is again the bit that I was like, oh, I didn't know. Set that was built at Elstree Studios in Hertfordshire was built in 1984, and was only intended for use for 2 years. Over 30 years later, it is no longer fit for purpose, he said. The project to extend Walford to better reflect modern East End London had been a long, complex and challenging. We're keeping the project under close scrutiny, he said. But for 2 years and it's lasted that long, well, I guess that makes sense. But they're spending £500,000 a year to like keep the whole thing going, like just paper the cracks. And then this story... Metro moments today. Okay, X who faked baby belly and own kidnapping jailed. She bought a fake pregnancy. Spoilers. Jilted lover who ordered a pregnancy bump on Amazon to dupe her ex into thinking she was having a baby has been jailed for 4.5 years. Jessica Nordquist launched a stalking campaign against Mark Weeks, which saw her falsely accuse him of rape and fabricate her own kidnapping. Nordquist claimed she realized she was pregnant after the pair split last November and told Mr. Weeks she hadn't gone through with an abortion after he went with her to a clinic. She said she ordered the fake belly for a party. The Old Bailey trial heard. The 25-year-old American of Whitechapel, East London, also claimed a James Bond type kidnapped her and forced her to go to Scotland. She sent Mr. Weeks, an online video marketer, emails purporting to be from the kidnappers and pictures of her tied to a bed. She was found safe in Scotland by police. Nordquist was found guilty of stalking, sending malicious communications, and perverting the course of justice. But oh my god, I didn't realize you could buy these. So she basically tried to live out a sitcom, but in the sitcom, it wasn't a sitcom, it was a dramatic thriller. And also, oh my god, and what else have I highlighted today? Wasn't a lot in Metro Moments today, really. I think that's it. Unfortunately, Metro Moments, everybody. Metro Moments. The thing is, I do that every night, and then the first thing I have to do after I end the show is go and get the Metro off my bed. But it's totally worth it. Totally worth it. If you'd like to help me make sure that I can continue to get the Metro and, well, get the bus to get the Metro and don't have to throw it in my bed, then you can go to fowloriginal.com. If you go to fowloriginal.com, you will see my big old bird face. See my big old bird face? You can go ahead and click support the channel. When you click support the channel, it'll take you through to two options. You can click the donate button and become a Patreon. Click the donate button. It will take you through to a PayPal donation page. When you get there, you can go ahead and you could say, give me $5 and say with me, everyone, make this a monthly donation to help support my content on the regs. That's Fowl Originals Wrestling, Fowl Original News Round, and all the bits and bobs that I do on the internet. If you want to make it a one-off, then go ahead and say, I am the one-off. Thanks to one-off, you, the real MVP. Now, one of our stories tonight, obviously, talking about Amazon using dummy packages to bait thieves. I'm just going to quickly just check how I'm doing on because sometimes it doesn't seem to work, and I feel like I'm like, am I streaming? Is it actually streaming? Because I feel like, whoops. Sometimes I seem to drop frames really weirdly. So let's just check. Actually going. Oh, yes, I am. So I don't know. It must be weirdly dropping frames on Periscope. Anyway, it's tech talk, that is. Now we've got a few more things to talk about today, and I really wanted to briefly take you to our next segment, which is this segment, which is the time, which is not like that, which is like this, which is like, oh, which is the time. Hello and welcome to Twitter time on Fowl Originals News Round tonight. Twitter time tonight, eh? Got some Twitter time to show you tonight. Of course, Twitter is Twitter, and Twitter is as Twitter. I'm just going to keep saying Twitter. The reason why I wanted to bring your attention to Twitter time tonight, especially, is because I've reached a milestone, and I wanted to just kind of I've reached a milestone on the Fowl Originals show, and so this is more literally Fowl Originals News Round. I used to call this update #updates. This updates segment, really, and I've reached 8,000 followers. It's like 8,001. Let's have a look at where it is right now. And it really, it makes it seem more real. It really does. I'm at 8,170 followers. Now, I don't look at the number as a kind of thing, but it's more that it, to me, shows that I am doing something right. And I'm very, very grateful to everybody who checks this out every evening. If you don't watch every evening, that's fine. Like, I totally get it. I'm sketchy at doing the show to begin with. But for those of you that have been following from the beginning, that have joined recently, that this is your first show, I thank you for joining me tonight, for checking out my attempt at comedy every evening, an attempt at doing my own nightly show. Thank you for joining. Now, enough of that. So let's get back to it. Now, on Twitter time today is this. Let's take you to it. So the big story on Twitter today, in my opinion, was Hugh Jackman and Ryan Reynolds. So the call for Hugh Jackman and Ryan Reynolds to star in a Deadpool Wolverine movie continues. The actors' ongoing banter and feud isn't a secret to their respective fan bases. So when Jackman posted a throwback photo of a Logan poster he saw in Mumbai, Reynolds sent back a witty response. Here we go. So that's the picture. Hugh Jackman. It's a picture of him with Logan. It'd be cool if they made a new poster for a new movie. The obsession is real. It's true. I'll never forget how much I mean to you. While I look for my violin, perhaps you'd like to answer my challenge. Buddy cop, bad cop, worst cop. We need some kind of partnership here. Wolverine versus Deadpool. What, like this? Your adoring fans aren't asking for much. Step Brothers. And there you go. The Mutant, the Mercenary, the movie. You know, I didn't, but I thought it would be a great idea. As a story, it totally makes sense. I love that you never give up. Okay, Hollywood producers and or directors, please make a movie with these two incredible actors in it. Ryan and Hugh are freaking hilarious. Deadpool versus Old Man Logan. I just love the banter between these two. Friendship goals. Snicked. And Ryan Reynolds trolled Hugh Jackman over old Logan a poster. That's our first Metro moment. Oh, sorry, Twitter time for today. We also have the idea of ghosting a job, bringing up questions of obligation and reciprocity. Stuff. A piece from the. I can pronounce this word. The idea of ghosting a job brings up questions of obligation and reciprocity. Like reciprocity means feeling bad. I can't even say the word. A piece from the. Damn you, Twitter time. You've defeated me with your words. The econ story I was born to write. Most people are ditching their jobs with nary a text back. Economists say silent exits are on the rise. A new trend in the workplace, ghosting, as in employees just leave for a new job without telling anyone at the old job they just don't come back, caused by a strong economy and weak social skills. Weak social skills, but able to pass 2-3 interviews at a new company, offering better compensation, lol, okay. What if it's not the social skills, and instead it's a lack of feeling of obligation to a company that probably treated them like garbage? The phrase social skills doesn't appear in the story. That's completely Farenthol's invention. Text that is in the story. Employees leave jobs that suck, jobs where they are abused, where they don't care about their work, then the less engaged they are, the less they feel they need to give their bosses any warning. Don't want your employees to ghost on you. Try not treating them like ish. Try fairly and consistently enforcing written policy. Try treating your employees like the labour investment they are. Or don't choke on your turnover for all we care. I've ghosted 2 jobs. One tried to make me work cleaning with a broken collarbone, and one told me I was getting too fat to be a waitress, but go off about my poor social skills. Never done this, but I've had companies ghost me after agreeing on a contract in principle. A certain major American broadcast company, for example. And talks about how employers ghost millennial employees. Applied for multiple jobs where I took an editing test, did a sample assignment, and I never heard back. And they express interest, and it's a lot of people unhappy about 2 weeks notice as a courtesy. So yeah, not a lot of people care about that anymore. Also in a Twitter time today, looking back on demo discs versus full price games. And this is one that really tugs at my nostalgia strings. A game's demo is a small part of a game made freely available to players, often ahead of its release. One popular method of distribution was a cover-mounted disc on a magazine, leading at @JFollen to ask if that was the primary method people used to play something new. And there we go, PlayStation Demo 1. Did anyone play like 99% demos growing up and only get like one full game a year? This has to have been a common thing. I never owned Unreal Tournament, but I think I played the demo, which had several stages for 50 hours. 1v1 facing worlds, Instajib. There was a PCG or Zone Star Wars special that had demos of X-Wing Alliance, X-Wing TIE Fighter, Mysteries of the Sith, Yoda Stories, and more, and I sunk a whole summer into it. Star Wars games were my everything at 11. Yes, I think the multiplayer demo for Future Cop LAPD was one of my most played games when I was younger. Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 2 demo with only skate park level Marseille. You could ride Tony and Cream Campbell, and there were only 2 songs in the soundtrack. Possibly Bad Religion and Rage Against the Machine was my only game for it. I remember specifically playing Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 1 like for at least 3 or 4 weeks before I could play the game, and then got the game and I freaking loved it, and I was already really good. And all it had was like the first stage. There you go, demo disc on PS1, played until they stopped working. I wasn't allowed to play video games or watch TV Monday to Friday, so I'd only have parts of Saturday morning or Sunday afternoon to play. Most of the time, looked like this. Cooler World was one I played over and over again. I only had PS1 demo discs. I got the actual PS1 from my uncle, and he sold all the games. I didn't play a full console game until we got a PS2 several years later. Demos in cereal boxes! And realization, this must be why I never finish games. And that is everything for Twitter time today, because I want to quickly wrap up. We are well over time. But I want to thank everyone for this evening, and we end with our top stories for this evening, which were London pokes fun at newspaper crime appeal for stereotypes, not because of other stuff. Geminind meteor shower happening at 2 a.m. today, GMT. And also Amazon are using dummy packages to bait thieves. Now, I'm going to leave you with what normally gets me copyright. I wonder, actually, I think I might be all right. I wonder, this is going to be like, on like, I'm guessing like the Church of the Church of Latter-day Saints, yeah, seems to own everything on YouTube. I'm going to say that because I constantly get copyright struck from them, and it's not fair. It's not fair. It's not fair. So I'm going to leave you with this, actually. Which is also from Ren and Stimpy, because we started it with Ren and Stimpy today, so let's finish it with that. Get my headphones on. Now, if you liked what you saw tonight, you can go ahead and thumbs up the video. You can also that's by thumbing up the video, subscribe, and hit that notification bell to make sure you're notified of new content first. Also, if you're watching on Twitch, then go ahead and follow, or you can share, I guess. And if you're watching over on the Periscopes, then thank you very much for joining tonight, and I hope that you've had a good show. I will be back on Monday evening, and you'll be seeing some interesting stuff if you're watching on YouTube. I'm going to be experimenting with, let's see how it works out for the next 2 weeks. And if you're watching on the wrestling side, then join me on Sunday for TLC 2018. But let's leave you now with the final part of our show this evening. Oh, I've done that wrong. I will leave you with the end of today's show, which is, I think this. There we go. Here we are. I'm blatantly going to get copyright struck for this. But let's leave you with it. So it's Log from Ren and Stimpy. Which, actually, the Electric Baker has got this. And I love watching Electric Baker. Hello there, Bob. Let's leave you with Log. So thank you everyone for joining this evening. This has been a Fowl original. Thanks for watching. See you next time. We're going to be live again on next Monday. We'll also be live for TLC 2018. As I said, if you like what you see, you can go to fowloriginal.com. This has been Fowl Original. Thanks for watching. See you next time. Bye.